Apple had their iPhone event, a little later than usual, but they still had it at least. With an iPhone event, however, the iPhone lineup usually changes a slight bit, and this new one that Apple has established gives everyone an option ranging from $400 to $1,400. Bit of a big gap, and instead of 6 iPhones to choose, now they have 7. Which one should I choose? Let's take a quick look at each option, shall we? Starting at $400, the classic home button and yesterday's bezels may be dismissing to some, but not all. There are still buyers out there that still appreciate a home button, and thanks to Monrona, Touch ID is proving to be better than Face ID. Those who appreciate small phones can rejoice with the small iPhone 8 body with the 4.7-inch display we've become quite familiar with. Using the iPhone 8 body in black, white, or product red allows for wireless charging, and not being able to pocket this phone should be practically impossible. Battery life may be a bit concerning to some because it's the exact same one in the iPhone 8, just like the camera hardware itself, except it now has portrait mode thanks to the 813 Bionic, which is no slouch. Storage options range from 64 to 256 gigs. Stepping up another $100 can trade those bezels for a notch and the home button for more screen. The wildly successful 820p LCD iPhone XR continues to bring the latest screen design along with plenty of other features that still make it a compelling option today. A 6.1-inch display fills the front from notch to bottom. Face ID has been an Apple trend, something you won't miss out on. The camera on the other side is a slightly larger camera with portrait mode it introduced 2 years ago, all powered by the A12 Bionic, keeping its head in the game. While this phone may have the oldest chip out of the bunch, I should reassure you that I daily drive an iPhone XS Max with the same chip. No performance issues on my end. The ways to customize this iPhone are highly plentiful, with colors ranging from black, white, blue, coral, yellow, and product red. Storage options may vary. Stepping up yet another $100 can get you an extra camera, slightly hideous camera bump, as well as the ultra-wideband chip for tracking lost items. The iPhone 11 basically builds off of the XR with an added camera lens, night mode, 4K at 60 selfie cam, also slow-fies, and is all powered by Apple's A13 Bionic chipset. The display may be the same as the XR's, but the battery isn't. In fact, it's much larger than the XR, not to mention that the camera bump is also large. There is also still a large amount of ways to customize the iPhone 11 with 6 colors of black, white, purple, green, yellow, and product red, and storage options ranging from 64 to 256 gigs. Stepping up to $700 can get you big things in a small package. The iPhone 12 mini is essentially the full-size iPhone 12 in a smaller footprint, with a screen size of 5.8 inches of OLED from notch to bottom. The footprint of the iPhone 12 mini is even smaller than the SE. I'm not going to go into much detail on the specs because they are the exact same as the next iPhone we'll talk about. I will mention that if 5G is something that seriously matters, which to be honest it just doesn't, this is the cheapest iPhone you can get with 5G. In terms of colors, you can pick between black, white, green, product, pink, and my personal favorite, blue. Storage options range from 64 to 256 gigs. At the $800 mark, you can get a bigger version of the iPhone 12 mini. The improvements made to the 12 are essentially the new A14 Bionic chip, slightly improved camera sensors, Dolby Vision HDR10 at 4K at 30 frames per second, and MagSafe. iPhone 12 features the same 6.1-inch screen size we are all familiar with from the XR and 11, but this time the LCD panel is swapped for an OLED panel, all placed on top of a body design similar to the iPhones 4, 4S, 5, 5S, and original SE. You can personalize the iPhone 12 with the same color options as the iPhone 12 mini, and the exact same storage options carry over as well. Do you like to spend a grand on your smartphone? If so, iPhone 12 Pro just might be a good option. Adding the luxury touch of stainless steel, a third rear camera, a LiDAR scanner, as well as Dolby Vision HDR10 at 4K at 60 frames per second, and soon to be released Apple Pro RAW. Powered by the new A14 Bionic, the 6.1-inch OLED panel stretches from notch to bottom, just like the 12. The 12 Pro features MagSafe, Apple's new standard for wireless charging, and of course, this iPhone also features the not-so-useful 5G. Color options consist of silver, graphite, aka space gray, gold, and that beautiful Pacific blue. Storage options range from 128 to 512 gigs. Want the best iPhone you can possibly get? Step right up to $1,100 for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Most of the features between the Pro models are the same, but the Max has a few exclusives primarily in the camera department. With a 6.7-inch OLED panel from notch to bottom, this makes the biggest screen Apple has ever put on a smartphone. But not only is the screen big, the camera bump follows suit. The sensor and lenses of the Pro Max are actually larger than the standard Pro, letting in more light for better night shots. These sensors also feature sensor shift, which are optical stabilization systems that adjust the sensor versus the entire lens itself. The telephoto camera is also slightly improved. Same colors, same storage options. So how can I quickly sum this up? Well, here's the basic list. If you're looking for the cheapest possible iPhone you can get, you don't care about anything other than it's an iPhone and it runs iOS, then I can easily recommend the iPhone SE for you. If you want the latest screen design, I would actually prefer the iPhone 11 because the extra $100 does give you upgrades that is definitely worth it. If you want the smallest iPhone possible, definitely invest your time in the 12 mini because it's got a bigger screen than the iPhone SE, but in a smaller form factor. You want the biggest phone? Well, gotta go for the 12 Pro Max because duh. It's the biggest iPhone they make. You want the best battery? That also goes to the iPhone 12 Pro Max just because it's the bigger phone, meaning you can fit a larger battery in it. And if you're looking for the best all-rounder, there's actually two options. You can either go for the regular 12 or you could spring for the 12 Pro, whichever fits your taste. That pretty much wraps up my iPhone buyer's guide. Thank you for watching this. Please do me a favor and interact with the buttons below the video so that way I can get your feedback and know where to improve, as well as what you guys like. That'll definitely help expand the channel. And thanks for watching the first video on the Random Alpha Tech. My name is Alpha DeWolf. Random Alpha, signing